Well, everybody, a new day and a new topic, and it's going to be battery care. I got a battery here from the gun club. This battery operates the clay thrower on the trap range. You guys may or may not know Jake and I are into trap, so we had brought this battery back, and we're going to do a test on it and see where it's at. Also, I want to talk a little bit about battery care and maintenance, and how equipment like this is just invaluable. This is the Genius NOCO Genius10. That's the newest version. I have the older version. I'll show you that in a minute. Stupidly, I bought the new version because I didn't think the old version was capable of desulfiding batteries. This will desulfide a battery. It doesn't automatically do it. You got to select it, and if I remember correctly, I'll see if I can remember how to do it, and I'll select it and set it up. I did a quick test on this battery, and it's not in good shape so far. So let's pause the video right here, and we'll see where we're at. So the multimeter I have today is the Reed ST9918. I don't even know if it's current anymore. I've had this thing for eons. I'm going to use it to do a standing voltage check on the battery and see if that verifies with the Ansell BA301 battery tester I bought on Amazon. I'm not going to be really for or against this unit because I'm not sure how it works, but we'll talk a little bit about it. I'm by no means a battery expert, but I've been messing with batteries for my entire career on all kinds of different equipment. So you kind of get a feel for what's going on. So right off the bat, hold on a minute, this is a little difficult to do one-handed, as is everything. So we'll stick that in there, and we'll hammer this onto there. And according to that, I have 9.8384, we'll call her 9.84 volts resting. That is a completely discharged battery. Now, we'll run the test with the Ansell BA301 tester. There it fires up. It's, believe it or not, powered by the battery you're testing. I'll take this out. 9.8 was what we said, 8.4. So this is an automotive battery. We'll hit enter. We're testing it out of vehicle, and I think, side note here, out of vehicle is the best way, directly on the post, not through the posts on the vehicle. It will give you it will give you a false reading, is what I'm saying. So if at all possible, you don't have to take it out of the vehicle, but remove the OEM post to test your battery. I've had too many of them post test bad and then take them out and they're fine. But again, I got another battery in there that came out of my terrain. It said it was good, but it wouldn't, the charge would go dead. So I desulfated it. I mean, we can run some tests, but like I said, I'm not really 100% on this machine. But anyway, so we'll hit enter because it is out of the vehicle. Although this is a deep cycle battery, I don't think there's no, I know it's not absorbed glass mat technology, it's not flat, nor is it a spiral, it's not a gel. I don't know what EFB means. So we'll just try regular flooded. We'll hit enter. Cold cranking amps I know is 650, so I'll put enter. I already tested it once just to pre-set up the video, and I'll hit enter again. So it's telling me it's 9.78 volts, and we said 9.84, I believe. Let's verify that against. Oh, pretty darn close. 0.4 of a volt. So it's telling me right now that the current availability of cold cranking amps is only 43. That's all it's capable of doing. It's high resistance, 69.93 megohms, and that was the, sorry, 69.93 megohms. It's right here. That's super, super, super high, and that's what it should be, and this is what we're getting. So it's saying the state of health is only 6%. and it says to charge and retest. So stand by and we'll set that up. So I've got the NOCO Genius hooked up. I just haven't plugged it in yet. But just a quick side note here. Get that out of the way. Positive, red, positive, red. Remember that. Red on positive. And convert our opposite of that would be black on negative. So that's pretty much standard in the automotive world. So let's throw a plug onto this, and then you'll see this guy here light up momentarily. There it is right there. So there's the first light. So it is charging, I think. Yes. So it's a standard 12 volt battery. It's not an AGM and it's not lithium. Okay, so now while that's charging, let's see with the power supply. Back to DC, DC auto. Sorry, I hit the button. So I'm going to put my test lead here. So we're climbing from 11 volts. We hit 12. So the battery charger is doing its thing. It's putting a charge in there. We know we were at 9.7, so we have a big potential difference there. So we know current is flowing in. We can check that, so we know that's working. You don't need all this stuff. We're just playing around right now. So I have my FLUKE meter on here. What model is this? This is an old one too. It's only a Cat 3. She's an antique. I don't even know the model number of this thing is. Wow. Oh, right there. Duh. It's a 36 clamp meter. This was a kind of an industrial one that I had and I used in the plant. But it does the job. Does the job well. So it's saying 3 amps of current draw is going through this. So there you go. So now the battery's taking 3 amps. We're on to the second light. Oh, we're just touching the third light. So there is some stuff going on here. Yeah, it's charging. So that's the NOCO Genius10. It's hard to tell, but this light is on because it's white, the background. This thing's getting hammered. And it gives you the opportunity to 12 volt 12 volt AGM, 12 volt lithium, 6 volt and 6 volt AGM. You can turn it in repair mode. This light will come on. So yeah, anyway, sorry, the phone did a weird thing and told me I couldn't record anymore, so I had to start another video. Okay, so there we are now, and we'll try something else. Stand by. So just for reference, I have my old NOCO Genius G7200. That was the predecessor to this one. This was 7.2 amps. This is 10 amps. You can see the old style LED indicator lights and what's going on there. So it's saying it's pushing 4 amps, about the same as the other one, telling me that the charge is almost 75%. So we'll verify that once all this is done. We'll go back and we'll do a voltage check. Sorry, I'm going off the shot with the read meter, multimeter. And we got well, the voltage is up there. So the battery is accepting because the voltage is going high. We're at 13.4 volts. So there. That gives you an indicator. We'll try one more battery charger. Now this guy here is my oldest of all my battery chargers. Shipping Short Speed Charge. Model SF1000A because it's a 10 amp. So it's monitoring right now. It says there's 12.3 volts in the battery. That's a big change. We hit that button. It says it's 65% charged. And let's throw a charge into it. So we can do 2 amp, 6 amp, or 10 amp. We'll go with the middle. We'll call this deep cycle. And then we'll check it. You can hear it fire up. And the current going through this I'm not sure why I'm not getting a reading here. Oh, there we go. I heard her hunker down. This thing is, it does a weird thing. It does a, like, I don't know if you call it a pulse, but it's an interrupted charge. So it's got an onboard smartness to it, so it must be meaning something. So they were saying 67%. Stand by. We'll do another battery test with the Ansell battery tester. See how accurate it is. Okay, so enter. We got auto vehicle. Enter. Regular flooded. Enter. 650. Still the same. Do the test. So it's only come up. It's sulfated. That's what it's saying. That's why it says replace, because we really haven't gone down. So what I'm going to try to do is I'll do a full charge on it, and then I'll do a desulfation, which takes about 10 hours. And this charger's capable of doing it. This one is, and we'll see what happens. See if I can bring it back. It's not coming back good, which means because of this number here, the plates are sulfated. That's why the cold cranking amp capability really hasn't gone up that much. And we're still low. 12.23 is very low. 12.8 is a good battery. And the points mean all the difference. So what does all this tell you scientifically? Not too much, other than the battery apparently is looking like it's pooched. But, you know, we'll see. We'll try it and see what's going on. I'm going to check the cell level. These guys charge this thing with a solar charger, so I don't know that it had any sort of control in it. So I'll check it. We'll see. I'm going to end the video because there's not much point in me going back to it, other than I can probably reference in the next video that it was dead or not, or maybe I'll make a post video. But this is just to give you an idea. I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to this kind of stuff because I did it for many years in my career. Good battery charger, good battery maintenance. Like this one was not maintained properly, and it'll go a long way. There's another product that I'm going to show you guys, but I'll do that in the next video. Maybe I'll tie back to this one. But hopefully this wasn't too boring for you guys. Battery care on the Homestead. Take care of your batteries. They're so friggin' expensive nowadays. This battery is close to $300 now. So you can see why we want to do that. Anyway, I'm going to close the video now. Thanks for watching this little tidbit on a battery tester, battery chargers. 35 bucks maybe on Amazon. Buy one probably, I'm going to say. I'm still leery about it, but it's giving me, it's so far it's telling me what we already knew. Out of production, current production, no idea. Good unit. Good unit. Sorry, I got cut off there. Where was I at? Out of production, great. Don't know if it's still in production. All three of them are fantastic unit. FLUKE, best stuff on the market. This reed's not too bad. Had it for many years. And this new Ansell BA301 battery tester, currently available on Amazon. There you go. So I'll close the video. Thanks, like, subscribe, ring the bell for more insanely boring content on batteries, but I'm sorry. That's what I do to take care of the batteries around here. Everything I own's got a battery, and I got lots of equipment, so batteries are kind of important on the homestead. And then if you guys are into solar, well, that's a whole new kettle of fish, and I don't know much about it, but battery care is still battery care. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. See you soon, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.